Cool. Our we are live, right? We are live. Had to make sure my mic was on, but I appreciate every single one of you for tapping in to another stream of Crypto Cliff Notes. What we're going to be talking today about is, just an overview of the market, how the market is moving. We're actually in a little bit in the green on Bitcoin, which is a really good sign, especially on a Friday. Fridays are usually our red days. But we're also going to be going into some really exclusive news, something that really stood out to me. I was talking to Pat about it the other day, and I was like, man, this could really start real big boom for just the age or the digital age that we're in, especially if you're always on your phone and you use Instagram. But we're also gonna go into those two coins that we asked you guys if you guys are in our exclusive chat. We're going to be going over those today, and more so excuse me, more so on VeChain, and of course Tron. If you guys know about those projects previously, we have talked about those projects. Those are amazing projects that we personally love. We did get in at lower prices, but hey, now's the best chance to start getting into these projects again. We are not financial advisors. We are just giving you guys our opinion from education, from experience, and just knowing. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. Pat's been doing this back since 2017, guys. So it's been a journey. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the markets. You learn about a lot about just a lot of things that goes in on the market. And one little tip of advice that I'll give you guys is like, understand this is a long-term game, right? This is a long-term investment at the end of the day. And if you're not willing, I think Warren Buffett said it best, if I'm not mistaken. He said this: if you're not willing to hold it at least a year or two of investments, it's not even worth your investment. And it comes down to building that mentality of okay, if I'm down, maybe I should hold until the next bull run, even if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And that's why it's very important to understand, like, you're not supposed to throw all your eggs in one basket, right? Don't throw all your life savings into cryptocurrency. I mean, you can, but it's probably not the smartest move to do when it comes down to it. But, without further ado, guys, if you're not subscribed, right, if you haven't already liked this video, go ahead and like that video, family. Go ahead and like that video. Go ahead and subscribe, right? We have 90. We before we started this stream, we had 98. So let's go ahead and crack 100, right? Let's go ahead and crack that 100 mark right there. Again, the giveaway we have going on is the Ledger Nano S. Down below is the details. So go ahead and check them out. Go ahead and follow and subscribe to all those channels and our Instagram. And then once you're done, make sure you put done under the giveaway video on our Instagram, Crypto Cliff Notes, right? That is our Instagram. Make sure you guys follow the details in the description. But go ahead and smash that like button, because you guys are about to get some mad sauce today. But without further ado, guys, I want to pass it over to Greatness, someone that my cousin. He's personally my cousin. He's made a good amount of money in the crypto world, but not even that. He has so much information. We talk every single day, and I'm learning something new. I mean, if you just look at all these post-it notes, all my notebooks, I literally write everything down that he talks about, even during the stream, because a lot of the things that he brings up sometimes during the stream, he hasn't even brought up to me, right? But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Pat, right? Go ahead and take it over, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and yeah, let's get it.
Up everyone, Pat here. So we're at another Friday, and like he said, the one nice thing is we're not seeing like all red. It's a little mixture of red and green. This market's still moving sideways and still accumulate. But with all this positive news that keeps coming out, I mean, this is like, it's pretty much inevitable that this is gonna pop off anytime. I mean, anytime. We're a matter of weeks away. The news is just getting better and better. With that, actually, what I'll do is, why don't we go right into the news part before we even get into like the overview, and we can just go back and forth on that, because I know we both found some, like, it's nonstop. I'm getting stuff from my friends. I'm getting stuff from Jonah. It's like it's getting interesting. First thing, let me pull up my screen. Let me show you this guy. All right. Here's just like a little tweet that came out. All right. So this is Jack Dorsey. He's like, the CEO of Twitter. Basically, even Twitter now, look, we're doing it Bitcoin. So right here, they're basically going to make a hardware wallet to service and make Bitcoin custody more mainstream. So, I mean, Twitter's getting involved. You're hearing about Facebook getting their own tokens. I mean, these are the biggest platforms in the world. We're not talking just in the United States. These are the biggest in the world. So, I mean, this should just go to show you, like, you're going to see these markets drop, especially if you're new. Like, you do not want to, you got to worry a little when you see the market going red. I mean, that's obvious, but with cryptos, it will come back. Just check a couple years back, and I mean, it's steadily growth. It's growth. It's growth. It is not your traditional market, so it's not going to work the same way. This thing never ends. It's every day, 24/7, 365. So you never know when stuff's going to pop off. When this market really takes off, you'll know, because you're going to wake up and the percentages will be completely different. Like, they just grow every day, every day, every day. So the two projects that we're going to have for you guys, like you said, they're going to be decent ones that I've been accumulating for a while, and I'll keep on while they're at these prices, getting more and more. But that was the first one I'm going to throw out. It's just, like I said, it's just a tweet, and that's all it takes. But this is the biggest guy. This is Twitter. And like I said, they're about to have a wallet because they want to get involved. They don't want to miss out on this big stuff. But let me stop sharing, kick it over to Jerna, and he can give his next one out.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up over here. While we're doing that, there's some really big news for us this week, guys. If you guys, of course, have social media, which I'm sure all of you do, real quick, if you guys use Instagram, right? If you guys use Instagram, big one this week that I saw. This was actually an article on, this was an article on Forbes, right? So this was an actual article. I found this resource, heard about this on another stream that we were on, one of the people that we watch, and let me go ahead and find that for you guys real quick. Is this it right here? Yep. So basically what Instagram is doing is looking to create an NFT platform. So if you guys remember us talking about NFTs, we actually do have a video on that in our channel, our YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out. If you're new to NFTs, right? So, NFT, they're looking to, Instagram is looking to create an NFT platform, but is overlooking artists, right? So they're kind of in their beginning stage. They're looking into it. So they haven't officially had it happen. I believe if this does happen, right, or when this happens, it's going to open up floodgates to NFTs, guys, right? Because Instagram is one of the biggest platforms or social media platforms in the whole entire world, right next to Facebook, right? So I guarantee if we see something like this happen, I guarantee Facebook is going to start looking into stuff like this, right? So Facebook is, right there with Instagram. I know Facebook's been around for a little bit longer, but this is pretty big, right? This is pretty big. Just understanding, real quick. All right, cool. It was lagging on me. But second thing that I saw or that I heard, let me see, another piece of news with the sports, right? If you guys watch sports, if you guys are into any sports, right? The Boston Celtics announced partnership with blockchain company Socios. I think I said that last week. But that was really big. I mean, then we have UFC, right? UFC. If anyone watches UFC, they actually just partnered up with Crypto.com, a very, very big exchange platform. Right? Sources say $175 million deal is MMA firm's largest sponsorship. Largest sponsorship, bigger than any other sponsorship. So I don't know if you guys watch MMA, but you guys are gonna see a lot of like sponsorships on their ring or on their shorts or on their clothing or on the gear that they come out with, like whatever it is, right? You're gonna start seeing the decentralized world coming into play in these sports, and that's just the start, guys. That's just the start. This is gonna open up, right? Like I said, once this actually occurs and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, it's only a matter of time until it just explodes, right? It's honestly like a trickle effect, or it's like a domino effect. You hit one domino, you got 100 dominoes in front of you, and they're all coming down eventually, and they're gonna come fast, right? It's gonna happen fast, right? So that was that with the sports, and then one other thing I wanted to bring up. Let me see if I can find it. Where was it? Ernst and Young. Ernst and Young. Now this was an article. Of course, this is a really big. If I'm not mistaken, Pat, what is Ernst and Young? I know it's a pretty big, like institution, right? Is it an institution?
I think they handle people's money.
Okay, so like some type of like
Advisors.
some type of like financial advisors and stuff like that. Okay, so Ernst and Young publishes Ethereum scaling solution. Right. If I read this real quick, I'm gonna find what I saw. Global audit firm Ernst and Young published the third version of its zero knowledge proof Ethereum scaling solution. The third iteration, Nightfall 3, is the firm's latest attempt to promote affordable, safe, and secure blockchain transactions. Guys, this is huge for Ethereum. I know last week we talked about what's going to be better, or what do you think is better. I said Ethereum, Pat said Bitcoin. Great projects no matter what it is, however you look at it. I don't like comparing, but just seeing that Ethereum is I mean, big players are starting to come into play with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like I said, it's only the start. I mean, you're soon enough you're gonna start hearing about Cardano, Polkadot, Chainlink. I mean, it's only a matter of time, guys, and I'm telling you, it's just the start, guys. All this news is bullish long term. Now, let's just say, maybe not like right now in this moment, but understand it may take some time, but right now, if you're seeing all this stuff, I mean, that should be a pretty good sign right there that you guys should start looking to invest right now, start stacking your coins. But let's go into the market real quick. Let's go into like the actual market, and then I'll pass it back to Pat. I'm not sure if he had any more news that he wanted to throw out there, but coin, of course, we do all our informationals, or we look into the information on our cryptos on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. But right now, sitting at about right under 1.4 trillion. So it's kind of been around this whole week. Bitcoin sitting at 33,000, around 33,400. Like I say before, all the time, I'm not really gonna go into every single coin's price just because everything's gonna follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's going up, everything else is gonna go up. Bitcoin goes down, everything else is going to go down. Now, the reason for that is because over 45% of the market is owned by Bitcoin, right? Meaning the market cap in the 45% of 1.4 trillion is all in Bitcoin, right? So basically, Bitcoin is the motherlord of them all and moves price. If it goes up, everything else is going to follow, right? So with that understanding, Ethereum is only right around 2,100. And I can go into the chart real quick. I do mark up charts analysis wise. It actually reject at a weekly support level. Very, very respected the weekly support level heavy. And I think, we might see Bitcoin come back down to like 33,000. But I think we can start seeing Bitcoin get back up to its $35,000 range. Throughout the week, we did have, a nice little retracement down. But again, like I said, it's holding this weekly support level. And I think we can start seeing going back up to our $36,000 level here soon. I don't know when, right? I don't really give times, but if we can, like I said before, I mean, if you look on a daily, if we can crack our 40,000 level if we can crack the $40,000 level all the way up here, if we can crack this and close above it on a daily time frame or weekly time frame, we're gonna see some nice back. We're gonna be back in the bull run. Just know, right? We're gonna be back in the bull run. I think everything is in accumulation right now. Everything's accumulating. So be patient. If it wasn't a better time to invest, now's the time. I mean, now's the best time to start investing. If you leverage trade, I would probably just be careful and be safe. Just because it's been playing in a range between 36,000 and 30,000. So just be careful what you're doing if you're leverage trading it. But investing, perfect time, right? Perfect time. Even if it goes below, I mean, like I said before, if we see Bitcoin close below 28, 29,000 on a daily time frame, like the actual close, not a wick like this, because we had a $28,900 wick, retrace all the way back up to 31,000. It didn't close, right? It didn't close below that. So I think we're looking good. I think we're gonna, in these next couple weeks, we should see push back up to 36. Hopefully back up to 40,000. It gets back up to 40,000 and cracks it. We're back, and we should be reaching back up to like 50 or 60. All right, so that's just kind of like the market overview that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Other than that, Pat, that's all I really had for the market as of right now. Did you have any excuse me? Did you have any more news that you wanted to talk about?
Yep, two little just quick pieces. So we did Twitter before. Now everybody's heard of Apple. So here's another one. Just Apple co-founder says Bitcoin is a miracle. It's better than gold. All right. He was just in a conference.
It's a mathematical miracle. It's like we said, this is a new technology. It can't be. There's no way of I don't believe there's any way of corruption with this. Like everything's out in the open with this. Like it's pretty wild how this works. And especially not knowing, the main guy who created it's still not even known. But that was just something I wanted to show you. Like this is just, it's the Apple co-founder, right? He's alone. I mean, and he invests. I'm sure he's got plenty of money. And I mean, when somebody's like that is another one, just another huge supporter. It just lets you know that this is inevitable. This is happening. Like there will be delays. There's going to be governments and bad news and FUD and all that stuff. But this is happening. I mean, there's no way around it. Next one, let me pull over another one. All right. So there's an ex-New York Stock Exchange president. So basically, one of my buddies sent me to this today. So there's going to be a company. It's going to be called a crypto startup. It's going to be called Bullish. They're going to actually go public. And like I said, one of the main people, he was a former big time guy with the stock exchange. And I mean, he's getting involved. Everybody, that's, you know what I mean? It's like I said, there's just nonstop news right now. So it's like a balloon. It's just air keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. This thing's going to take off. It is definitely going to take off. But that's just another one I wanted to show you. So now I guess we can go ahead and just get into these actual tokens.
Yeah, real
Let's
quick.
start off with,
real
you guys
quick.
decided to go with VeChain.
All right, so VeChain, where we at? Yeah.
If you guys are, watching this or whenever you see this, go ahead and like that, guys. You guys are getting some real good information today. Some exclusive news that you're not gonna hear, just from anybody. So, this is us doing deep, intensive research. So, definitely like that. Smash that like button, family. I know you guys are getting some type of value. Go ahead and smash that like button. Again, we appreciate you guys for tapping in. But yeah, let's go ahead into the coins. I know we said we wanted to go into VeChain. Go ahead and take it over, man.
So VeChain, we are sitting at It's coin number 23 right now. Its symbol's is VET. It's sitting at a little over 7.5 cents right now, which is not a bad price. So a little bit about this token: circulating supply, a little over 64 billion. We have 86 billion that's going to be in the total supply, and the max supply. So that's the most that'll ever be available. All right, so from there, let's just go down real quick and check out highs and lows. Or let's just check the high, the main thing. We'll see where we can even get this thing to return to. So we were just under 27 cents, or 28 cents, I'm sorry, just 3 months ago. Usually when these things hit these runs, they get back to their all-time highs, and then from there, they take a 5 to 10x. That's how it was in 2017. Like I said, anything that was you were buying into, it would go back to where it was a little prior, and then the projects that were actually successful projects, that's where they made their big moves. I mean, like I said, you'll see 5, 10, you'll see, I mean, some projects you'll see 100x's, but
hey, so real
5
quick,
and 10.
real quick, if we're looking at that and you're saying it gets back to about 30, let's just say 27 cents, which is the highest, right?
Yep.
So if we 10x from 27 cents, what give us some, we don't got to be an official price prediction, but where would that put us if we 10x from that 27 30 cent level? Where would that put us for a 10x?
You're going to be sitting right around that 270 mark. So you'll be at $2.70. So I mean, even if you said $2, so let's go with just even a 5. I mean, just a 5x on say it was on 30 cents is $1.50. You know what I mean? Even if I told you something, even $1, I mean, you're making crazy money. But I mean, we're already been at a market cap that was over 2 trillion. So I mean, there's a lot of money that's already been taken back out. When this stuff goes back in, like we said, this is where you find out. These kind of corrections are good because you find out what projects are for real and which ones aren't. Like there'll be a lot of projects that'll just disappear in times like this because they don't have that money being pumped in. The projects that are real and that have been around, this is where you'll find out. And like you said, there's a lot of room once this thing takes off. You're gonna make, what's it, a 3.74? It's a 4x just going back to where it was. You know what I mean? Like most people ain't gonna complain if you told them you're gonna get 4x on your money anyway. And then, like I said, that's before we even start having fun and watching this bull run. Yep.
Excuse me. So just getting into like what he said, like the retracements are healthy, right? So don't have to go to it, but like Bitcoin, for example, back in I think it was 2017 into 2018, we had that almost $20,000 level come back down to 3,000. That was over 80% drop, 85% drop. Where we're sitting right now, I think it was only about 60% max. 60% max drops, maybe 60, 61, 62%, but where it closed, 60% drop. I mean, that's not as bad as, back in 2017, 2018, all the way into, 2020. But like just understanding, like we need those healthy retracements. What goes up must come down. I mean, that's just how it is. But you see from when it hit that $3,000 level in 2021, we saw that thing crack 60K, 64K, right? So it's just like really think about that when it comes down to understanding how the market moves. It has to make retracements in order for a healthy bull market to be a healthy bull market. It needs to come down. It needs to retrace and get a lot of this the phony players out, I guess you would say. Like there's a lot of news, right? There's a lot of news like China and all that good stuff. That's gonna push price down, but that is what they want to do so they can get in at better prices. If they see a 64K and like, shoot, we can throw out some news or we can make some things happen to push it back down to 30,000. Why wouldn't they? That's basically having that's Bitcoin. That's a Bitcoin half. That's in half. You know what I mean? So would you rather buy a Bitcoin at 64K or would you rather buy a Bitcoin at 30K? And that's what the big players are thinking right now. Okay, what type of news, what type of things can we do to push price down so we can get a better price, right? So where I was listening to this stream the other day, where there's going to be great news, big institutions, big countries adopting Bitcoin, tenders coming into play, everything like that, you're going to see some bad news. But it really all relies, it all falls back down to what it is that you're going to focus on. Are you going to focus on all the stuff, all the FUD, all the news that's negative towards the crypto market? Because there's always been negative news since Bitcoin came out. That's just how it was. They don't want you to have power over your income. The banks, basically control your money when it's in their position, right? So they don't want you to have that position, because when you have power, you can do a lot of damage, and you can take the power away from them. They don't want you to do that, and that's what crypto's going to do. It's going to put the power back into our hands. It's going to put the power back into the people's hands, so we can control the way we do things, so we can actually have real wealth. And that's what it really comes down to. So I just wanted to add that to that. I didn't want to hold that or overdo that, but yeah, go ahead and take it over.
Into here, so we'll be able to pick up VeChain on you can get this right on Binance US. You can get this on KuCoin. The only one you can't get this on right now is Coinbase. I'm sure that'll be coming soon enough. This is a big project. I don't know why this one isn't on there. So VeChain, let me click on. So VeChain is its own blockchain. So normally, like when we tell you up here, it'll be like under Binance, it'll be under Ethereum. VeChain is its own. That's why that kind of thing is not up there if you're looking for something like that. So what this one is going to focus on is right here. Solving some of the major problems with supply chain management. So these different blockchains have different, some of them, let's say, are going to basically go after one issue that they see in the world. Like, for example, like this one, they're going to work on supply chain. Supply chain is huge. You got to think with all the shipping, tracking, everything that has to do with supply and demand. Supply is what this is trying to solve, just keeping everything on an open ledger, so it's easier to keep track of everything. A little bit about VeChain. So as you can see, one of the co-founders, he was formerly the CIO of Louis Vuitton of China. He's been in the game. He's like a well-known guy. They started back all the way in 2016. VeChain. So the other thing with this is, I don't know if you guys, depending on how long you've been watching us, so this will be their website. VeChain basically is let me pull this. It's basically like going to be a two-part system also. I should have said, let me see if they have it in here. So the way VeChain works, it's also going to have VThor. So right here. All right, VeChain has two in-house tokens, VeChain and VThor. So VThor is going to be like the gas for VeChains. VThor will be needed for VeChain to operate. The cool thing with VeChain is, so like I do have VeChain, and like I'll have it. So I have some in my wallet. I have some in Binance. What's cool with VeChain is if you have VeChain like in your Binance wallet, even if you just keep it right on the exchange, because you're part of that like ecosystem, you're going to get paid. You're going to get VThor tokens. So you'll end up with these tokens. Now you can buy these. The gas, they're about a half a penny right now, I think. But by buying VeChain, you're going to automatically get these periodically. Just from people using the network and paying fees, they basically reward their token holders with VThor. So this is like not necessarily like another way of like, say, a staking or anything, but it is a form of, it's almost like a form of interest, basically for participating in their blockchain. For you supporting them, they're going to actually reward their holders, their token holders, with VThor tokens. So it's kind of cool. So you're making, as this project grows and they're throwing you other tokens, you're making money. You're like double dipping on it. But like I said, this project has been around for a little bit. There are a little bit different. They do what's called a proof of authority. We have proof of work, proof of stake. But this is basically why you're getting paid like those gas fees and all, because they're using your tokens to verify the transactions. Let me see if on here. No, where is it? All right, I thought I had it up. Because they had like a partnership, but down here, even like their advisory board, if you look at it, I mean, it's all big names. Like Deloitte's blockchain, OceanX, like some of these, and this is also another way you can check out and find other tokens. So you could check into like what projects these other guys are with, and you will sometimes find tokens that'll be linked into these. Like, so you'll be able to sometimes find the new projects that are going to be built on these chains, and then you can skid in early with investing. So when they actually, because sometimes they don't put their advisory boards, they'll just put like, they keep it very broad. But when you can get and actually like click on these guys, sometimes it's worth going in and checking these out. But VeChain is one, like I said, you can get right. It's easy to get. We're sitting at 7.5 cents. It's a 4x just to go back where it was. This has plenty of room to grow. There's projects being built with these. And then now let's go into, hold on one second. Here we go. This is one I was looking at. All right, so this is just like a country off of Italy, I want to say. So they're basically approving, they're going to use VeChain's blockchain to use as their COVID certificates. So that way, if you filed us about NFTs, so what'll happen is they say they're going to give like a QR code for people to scan to basically show that you had your COVID vaccine. And that'll be authenticated on the blockchain through an NFT, which will verify that you have been vaccinated or not vaccinated. So this is just going to show you, this is a smaller country, but this is something where it's probably like almost like not a test, because it's legit and this is actually happening. But once one country goes, and if it's a successful thing, you could see this start spreading all over. And this is just like another little positive news that came up with them. But this project, it has been around for a while, but it's just like starting to sign on the bigger projects. The bigger news is coming up. That's why you can get these tokens at the price you can get them right now.
Just so you know,
let's go into
real quick. Just so you know, we're not promoting that. We're not promoting COVID vaccine. Just so you know.
No, this is just a verification of it. All right, so let's hit up Tron real quick. So Tron is going to be TRX. Right now, Tron is sitting at 6 cents. So these two are about the same price. I mean, you can get a lot for not a lot of money. Max supply. We have a total supply. We have 100 billion of them out. Circulating 71. Tron has definitely, this is a project that, I mean, even if it just goes back to where it was, Tron's sitting at 30 cents. So you already have another 5x. So we're sitting at a 5x just going back to where this one was. And Tron is actually like live and running. It is fast. As you can see, like Bitcoin can handle 6 transactions per second, Ethereum 25, Tron trying to hit 2000. Justin Sun is the founder. He, as you can see, he's recognized by Forbes Asia, 30 under 30. I mean, this guy paid, I want to say $4.5 million to have lunch with Warren Buffett. So he's a young, hungry guy. And they're slowly starting. Tron's, they have a nice website. They're their own network. And I mean, as you can see down here, I mean, look at the accounts. You got over 45 million accounts, over 2 billion transactions. And let me pull up some little bit of news on Tron. There's a little bit more.
Yeah, just to add to that real quick, I personally love Tron. Like, this is something that Pat told me about not not too long ago. I think the beginning of the year is when we really started heavily talking about cryptos. He's like, man, look into this, and I didn't really, I wouldn't say I fell in love, but this is something that I personally invested in, and on that last pump before that retracement, I did take out a little profit. So if you see a pump and you get in at a lower price and you get back up, maybe you 5x, maybe take a little bit of profit, throw it into a US dollar coin, throw it into your long terms like Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? But don't be scared. Like once crypto start pumping, do not be scared to take profit, right? I mean, don't be one of those like, oh yeah, it's going to the moon. I mean, maybe long term it will, but like just understand again, this is a long term investment. But don't be scared to take profits. But yeah, I just want to add that real quick.
Yeah, so just like here's the trend. Like this is just some news on them. Like as you can see, they set another milestone: 10 million transactions per day. Total value of the blockchain has exceeded 8 billion. Right here, transactions have reached a new all-time high, increasing 500% over the past year. So like we've been telling you, this is just steadily growing and growing and growing. Yeah, 522%. Like the growth is crazy, and you can see that. So that's a 5x. Its growth is a 5x. Watch, we're gonna get that same 5x on our end, and we'll probably go a lot higher than that. But so Tron, basically what Tron wants to work is like with media. Let me pull it up from here. It's a little bit easier. So they also, we've talked about BitTorrent. If you guys know anything about BitTorrent, they acquired BitTorrent. So they purchased BitTorrent, and they basically are big. They want to handle information, video, by digitalizing all that, putting it on their own network. With Tron, they're also, let me pull up some of their partners. I mean, so like here is an exchange you can pick up. I want to say, I don't think this is in the United States, but I know I'm on this. This might even be in the US, this exchange. I just don't personally use this one a lot, but Tron does. And partners, here's another one, Samsung. So Samsung, as you can see with this one, over in China, Tron is now the only made in China blockchain supported by Samsung. It is getting some big players. BitTorrent, the world's largest decentralized protocol with over 1 billion users. They're part of this. This is basically, so this is not controlled. It's not centralized. Another one, there's a Swiss blockchain, #1 in telecommunications in Switzerland. He's just getting with big partners. Here's like what I was saying. So he paid 4.5 million bucks to have lunch. Who knows what they talked about? I know they did talk about crypto, and at that point, that's when Buffett wasn't too hot on it. But as we said in our last video,
He loves it now.
He's buying into the companies now to acquire Bitcoin. So it takes everybody time to get into this, because it is so new and it's disrupting so much stuff that the big players do not want in their head to know that there's a chance that they can be overtaken. And this is going to be like a redistribution of wealth for a lot of people. This will make a lot of people very, very rich. And the very rich don't like that. They like staying up top and being up there by themselves. But Tron is another one, so you can't get this one on the United States side, I don't think. No, they're not. So you can still get this on KuCoin though. So we've always talked about KuCoin. So you can go right on KuCoin, get these, open up a wallet, transfer them out. KuCoin, you can probably even stake Tron. So that's probably one you could definitely get a little bit off of if you even stake. So this is another This is a good project. I've been getting these for a while. And this one at 6 cents, I don't see, like I said, just going back to normal, you're going to get a 5x. So throw $100 in, come back with 500 minimal. Like I said, well, we're not financial advisors, but that's just, like I said, if you throw $100 in, it goes back to where it is, you're going to end up with 500. That's just simple math. That's not me predicting anything. That's just, like I said, that's simple math. Anything you want to say on Tron?
No, man, you covered it all. I think, we gave him some sauce. You even threw in a hidden gem like BitTorrent. That's something I personally have. BitTorrent's definitely a great project as well. BitTorrent's been around for a while, so nothing I really wanted to add. Nothing that I can really think of. Was there anything else that you wanted to go over before we go ahead and head out of here?
No, no, I think over the weekend, if we keep seeing these greens, let's see if we could. Yeah, if we see this market, I mean, if this market will even go up to say that 1.5, 1.6 over the weekend, that's going to be real positive. Because like we said, usually when we have our shows on Mondays, it's usually green. Like normally our shows on Fridays, it's red across the board. But when you're seeing these low 0.0s in the reds, but you got a couple percent in the greens here and there, that's nice. Because like I said, it's usually all red. But I mean, right now, as he said in the beginning, Bitcoin was sitting at what, 60 some $1,000, not but 2 months ago. So if you notice, pretty much every token since then's cut in half, since Bitcoin's cut in half, if not more. So as long as you believe in these projects and you believe that this is a real thing that's going to happen with this crypto game, I mean, if it just goes back to where it was, it's a minimum of a 2x. You're doubling up. So if you believe in it, it's up to you to invest in it. Like he said, be smart about it. Don't overinvest something you can't afford to. Make sure you got your bills paid. That's way more important. Take care of your family. And be smart about this, file this, and you'll get blessed. But that's pretty much it on my end. Yeah, Monday, we'll see what's up. If the market's all in green and stuff, we'll get into some like projects that we should probably definitely look more into because they'll be taking off the fastest just because they have the most stuff being built on them. So like Monday, we can do like a quick recap of the weekend. And then from there, like I said, depending on if it's green or red, we'll just go from there. But if it's like big pumps in the percents, that's a good sign for us. And then by next Friday, if it's staying in the green, we might be actually working that straight up line, which would be lovely. Because like we said, that's where you guys will start seeing these results and seeing how crazy fast these things grow when they grow. It is very impressive. But like he also said, make sure you take them profits. You do not want to see it not end up with any of it. They will come back. We might as well take them profits while you can. And then when it drops, you can always acquire more, or at least you made your money back. Like get back what you have. That's it from my end. I'll kick it back to Jonah. Thanks for watching. Give us a follow. Give us some likes. We're on all different social media platforms. Check us out. Let your friends know about us. Thanks for watching.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Pat. But yeah, like you said, go ahead and start looking into these projects. Do your due diligence. Do your research. Everything that we talk about on this channel. Check it out. Right. Check it out yourself. If you like it, invest in it. Like you said, don't throw all your eggs in one basket. But that's gonna wrap up today's session, guys. I appreciate every single one of you for being on the session. We will see you guys next Monday. Make sure you guys participate in the giveaway. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram, Telegram, and follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And go check out our videos, right? Go ahead and smash those like buttons. Go ahead and share out that information because we want to make sure that everyone's getting this information so they can be aware of what's really going on in the world and how the people are about to take over. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too damn